What is up, y'all? Welcome back. 21 Sharp is back out again. Today we have a different ammunition. We have the 34 grain jacketed hollow point, not the 25 grain copper matrix that we've been messing with. I told you we had some new ammunition on the way, and here it is. We're going to try to see how this rifle groups with that stuff. I don't really like how it groups with the copper matrix, but it's not really they say it's a target round, but I wouldn't say it's a precision type of round just by the nature of what it is. It's probably some sort of compressed copper. It's very zippy through gel, and it does fly okay. It just doesn't fly super precision. Now, I mentioned it in the last video, but I'll mention it again. We had some problems with this rifle right off the bat. This is a Savage Mark II, and boy, was it rough. The bolt just felt like sandpaper on sandpaper. We've done a whole lot of work to make that nice. It does glide and slide really beautifully now. There should be no excuse as far as losing my cheek weld, eye relief, all that on the scope. It's easy to shoot in the lead sled, and it doesn't jump around because it doesn't have a lot of recoil. So we should get honest groups out of it today. Our wind is at about 5 miles an hour. To your right is the direction it'll be blowing, with wind gusts up to 10, but we will avoid those wind gusts. I picked 50 yards for the accuracy testing because I don't think 100 yards is exactly fair. If we do have wind coming into play, that does get a little funny on the scope. However, 50 yards is very easy on the scope. It cuts the wind problem completely almost out of the way, and it's good enough to translate out to what it would do at 100 yards. 25 yards is getting a little bit close for just about any type of rifle. It'll do, but I just like the 50. And personally, for a varmint gun, that's exactly where I would zero it for. If you want to know more about the 21 Sharp, check out our original video where we brought this gun out for the first time. I'll try to keep this quick and not boring. Let's get to shooting. All right, we just did our falling shot off camera. That was 1591.8, so it is exceeding the box velocity so far out of this rifle. Let's go for a group. $1598.3. Looking good so far. 1633.3, and a little bit closer to the center than the 25 grainers were flying. $1663.7. Saw a little splash in the background back there. $1621.5. $1620.6, and let's go take a look. All right, according to the calipers out here right now, it's not an inch, it's almost there. So we can call it sub MOA for right now at 50 yards, but we're pretty much a 2-inch rifle with this ammunition at 100. So 50 is this is what we get. Now, this is better than what we got with the 25 grain copper matrix for sure. But again, it's not anything super duper, super precision. I don't know if it's worth the money that you're paying for a totally different rifle, different chambering, and then having to buy different expensive ammunition, at least expensive right now. Will you go ahead and get squirrels and rabbits and things like that? Yes. Anything smaller, if you're like a major chipmunk hunter, I know those things can be savages, so we have to get rid of them. But if you're a chipmunk hunter, you might start missing some decent shots. And for just target shooting, I can think of much better situations also. Now remember, this is this ammunition with this gun, this scope, this shooter, all that stuff. But we were on a bench rest, and I can promise you that my crosshairs were dead center settled right here every single time. And that thing cracks with no recoil, really, just a little bit, but it's straight back. And this is an honest group. So side by side, you can see that the point of impact did change a little bit when we changed around the grain weight. That is to be expected. And again, I wasn't shooting total bullseye. I didn't want to zero on that because I want to preserve the bullseye. If you chew it out, it's a little bit harder to hit the same spot every time, or at least aim on it. The groups are pretty close. I would say that they are just a little bit better, though. We measured it. We know they're a little bit better on the new jacketed hollow point. And I'm using 8 power to shoot this. I have plenty of room with that crosshair on that dot to make sure I'm centered. I don't go all the way up to 9 power on the scope. And this is just to let you guys know, if you buy a Sig Buckmaster scope and you use the rings that I'm using, the lower ones, you're going to run into a problem with running your bolt if you're all the way over, unless you move your scope somewhere else. But I have it set for my eyes. But with that said, I mean, it is a hunting rifle-ish type of stuff. It'll get the job done like any other rimfire. That's the problem, like any other rimfire. Nothing is standing out about this so far, We haven't put it into gel yet. Keep an eye out for that video to be coming out like in a day or two. We're going to go do that test right now. I think it'll be impressive in gel, but again, so are a lot of other things. There's plenty of 22 Magnum cartridges, polymer tipped, and definitely 17 HMR, and plenty of 22 long rifle type of things, whether it's a Stinger cartridge or something else. There's plenty of options in all of those different calibers. I'm just not finding a place for 21 sharp yet. Even when they talk about the lead-free copper rounds, other people have done that, and it's a thing that anybody can do in any of those cartridges. It doesn't have to be a 21 sharp to do it. Again, the bolt's running really nice. They say Savages are really nice guns. I can't really blame the rifle. There's no reason to. There's no recoil involved. We're in a lead sled. The wind really isn't that bad. And I'm a decent enough shooter that I can get pretty good groups. When I'm shooting my 17 HMRs, I can pretty much knock the butthole out of a bug every single time. So in my opinion, there's really no excuse for this rifle or ammo, whichever one's doing it, or a combination of both. But we will keep bringing you testing, and I can't wait for the other cartridges to come out because I want to know what these other two offerings do. Hope to see you at that testing. Hope you enjoyed this testing, and thank you for watching. And until we see you next time, stay safe, have fun, and keep shooting. Maybe a 21 sharp.